is Doug Baum. I am the owner of the Texas Camel Corps. We're an outfit dedicated to the perpetuation of the history of the old U.S. Army camels from the 19th century. These guys were used as pack animals. There were no soldiers who were mounted on camelback. There were no camelback charges in the Civil War. The old Army camels actually predate the Civil War from 1856 and then through the time that Texas was in the Confederacy, and then on to 1866 when ultimately the camels were all sold off during Reconstruction. Jefferson Davis had been key in appropriating the funds to buy the camels. They brought them from Algeria, Egypt, and Turkey. $30,000 was appropriated for the camels. They brought them over, but of course after the Civil War, Jefferson Davis's name was mud. The camels ended up getting sold and they went into private hands. They were used basically like a precursor to FedEx or UPS. They were used for freighting operations by private individuals. But for the 10 years that the U.S. and the Confederate and ultimately back to federal hands owned the camels, they did what camels have done for 4,500 years, carry stuff, and they proved very valuable on the frontier. These two camels are, they're two young ones, 6 and 8. They're not quite full grown. A full-grown camel hits their mature size between 8 and 10. They'll top out between 15 and 1,800 pounds. These two are a little over 1,000 right now each. Abraham is 6 years old, and his older sister is actually smaller. That's Mary Ann, and they've been raised by us on our farm near Waco. And my kids help, my wife does. It's a family business, and for almost a dozen years now we've been traveling state sharing this history. When the Army was using camels in Texas, they ate everything that grew. It was essentially like the Army had a Humvee that ran on air. Everything in West Texas that grows, the camel will eat, from the most thorny and obnoxious plants like ocotillo and creosote and prickly pear to the more palatable things like mesquite, oak, and hackberry. It was a perfect practical plan. It was just horrible timing with the oncoming war, the Civil War.